Hello, 1 minute. Let me just fix this one more time. There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Drinking with a Dietitian. All right. So if you missed last week, I'm starting a new series called Drinking with a Dietitian. And it's every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So tune in if you want a new healthy cocktail recipe and a healthy appetizer to go along with it. Today it's my birthday. So I'm doing a little something kind of fancy with champagne, or I'm using Prosecco, but it's a French 75. So listen up if you're interested in learning how to make that. And then I'm making a goat cheese and apricot crostini, which is super easy, so delicious. You can keep all these things at your house, so if you have to entertain last minute, this is definitely a go-to. If you're watching this, please share so others can join and say hi so I know you're there. And I'll get started. So the French 75 was created in around the 1915, 1920s, and it was originally made at a bar in Paris, and it's made with gin, champagne, lemon juice, and a little bit of sugar. So today I'm taking the sugar out, and I'm actually using Campari, which is a bitter, and bitters have been around since the Egyptians, and they were originally used kind of for medicinal purposes for a digestive. So after dinner, to calm your stomach, you might drink some bitters or a little bit of Campari. But it's actually excellent with a little bit of Prosecco or champagne, and it's delicious in this recipe as well. So it's kind of fun. You can use any kind of liquor. Today I'm using gin, but if you wanted to use tequila and lime, you could do that. You could use pisco or rum. Originally, they actually used an apple brandy, which adds a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of flavor, a little bit more flavor. So you could always do that as well. Have fun with it. You can use whatever kind of liquor you want. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of lemon juice. And it calls for about half an ounce. So I'm just going to use my lemon juicer here. This is my favorite. So easy. And I'm just going to juice a little bit straight into my cocktail shaker. Just as much as you like it citrusy. I like it pretty citrusy, so I'll add a bit of lemon juice. And then it calls for about 1 ounce of gin. Add that to my cocktail shaker. And again, normally you would add some sugar, so you could add about half an ounce of simple syrup if you wanted to do that. But today I'm going to use the bitters, and I'll add like this beautiful red flavor. I think it just looks so much more appetizing. So I'm going to do just a splash. So it calls for like 1/4 of an ounce, just a little bit. And you get that bright red flavor even if you just use a splash. And shake that up. Oh my gosh, you can smell the bitters already. So it's really, the bitters are a blend of fruits and herbals. And it's sticking together a little bit. Twist it off here. And then it calls for about 2.5 ounces of champagne. I'm just going to fill whatever is left in this glass. Adds a nice little spritz. It's a great celebration drink. And you can see the beautiful red color. And I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of a little bit of lemon peel here. Make it look fancy. Cheers. Delicious. Honestly, I think the simple syrup really adds too much sweetness. With the Prosecco or champagne, I don't think it needs any sugar at all. I think it's super refreshing, and you can taste the bitters a bit more. You can taste the lemon flavor. And then it makes it a little bit healthier as well. So I love it without the simple sugar. So now for the snack, I have my goat cheese here. Again, I said this is the easiest recipe. I'm just going to spread my goat cheese on the crostini. Now, one thing with baguettes, so this is a whole wheat baguette, which I think you can really taste the difference. I love it. I think it adds more earthiness. It adds more fiber. It's healthier if you get the whole wheat. But just remember, when I was at the store, they asked me if I wanted it pre-sliced. Never get it pre-sliced. This bread dries out so quickly. I cut this right before I went live, and you can already feel that it's drying out. So you always want to cut it as you go. Never get it pre-sliced at the store. It'll be too dried out, even by the time you get home. And then just some dried apricots. And they come in like little round circles, and I just chopped them up finely here. And if you wanted, you could top it off with some walnuts or pistachios, some pumpkin seeds. But I'm just adding a bit of the apricot, and then I have some balsamic vinegar, which adds, this is aged. So make sure if you're just adding like a cheese with balsamic, you always want the aged because it's going to taste less vinegary and it tastes so much more sweet. And if you don't have an aged balsamic, you can stick it in a pan and just heat it up so it's bubbling, and that will reduce it, which makes it more syrupy, and it actually evaporates a bit so you're left with the sugars. So that's what you want here. You want it sweeter and less of a vinegar flavor, and it'll add a nice sweetness to it, a nice depth of flavor. You could also do honey, but again, this is a little bit healthier, less sugary. You're already getting this sweet from the apricot. And if you're having a party, you could just leave the vinegar right next to one, or you can pre-dress it, either way. And you can smell it, and there it is. You can just make a tray of these, and it looks beautiful against your cocktail here. So I hope you enjoyed. Next week, I may or may not be here. We are taking a trip to Cambodia. So catch me in 2 weeks for another live episode. And my recipe, both recipes will be posted tomorrow on amandabarnesrdn.com. Thanks for joining.